for me, the most positive today, if Steph's the biggest positive asset you have as a franchise, not named Chase Center itself.
Sure.
The second one would be financial flexibility and draft capital after this upcoming season, meaning the 2026, 2027 season.
Okay.
And so anything that compromises future draft assets and financial flexibility to the utmost, I'm just adamantly against right now. I'm just adamantly against it. And the LeBron signing for a multi-year deal would signify multiple years of commitment to things I don't want to commit to.
See, I think next year, and I threw this question out before the break, 888-957-9570, is next year more about entertainment for you Warriors fans or about team building? Although I do think it can be both. Even if you bring in LeBron James and you take the number 11th overall pick, try to develop him, try to play him as much as possible, I think both is possible. But most people are looking at this LeBron thing on the outside and saying, I just want to see Steph and LeBron play together, which I think is fine. Like, if you're a fan that feels that way, that's great. It was fun to watch in the Olympics. I know that with Kevin Durant, them taking down France. How awesome was that? That was freaking awesome. I would agree. Like 3
seasons ago.
It'd be fun now. See, I don't.
I'm just saying though. Like it's we're separated.
It was a couple years ago. The French thing. Yes,
and
absolutely.
Now who's in the finals? Wemby. Who's at home? Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Who ended their seasons injured? Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. Who started his season injured? LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like, we've got to acknowledge that.
Sure. I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect if LeBron comes here. It could obviously, Joe, be a dumpster fire of injuries. But, again, going back to silver linings here, because you're not trading any assets to bring in LeBron, if they do get hurt everywhere across the board and all these guys miss games, you're probably going to lose a lot of games. And then you might have a top 10 pick. So really, it wasn't the end of the world, right? So that's why I'm having a hard time, with the notion of not bringing in LeBron if he wants to come here. Because if he wants to come here, he's a free agent. Best believe the Warriors are going to make that happen. If Steve Kerr is going to sign off on it, Joe Lacob's going to sign off. Mike Dunleavy for sure is going to sign off on that. And Steph Curry, more importantly, he's all over it, I'm sure. So,
you keep saying that, when you have LeBron, you can still team build. Yet Dalton Connect was a pretty good player in college.
I just don't think J.J. Redick, the coach, liked him, to be honest.
Just hear me out.
Okay.
Is Dalton Connect, he was a little more seasoned, correct? I think he was 23.
Yeah, he was old. He was old when he got drafted. Yeah.
Right? And he was a little more seasoned, supposed to be more plug and play. He was he was the SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah.
All right?
They went on a little run in the tourney. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just feels like he never really got his place solidified. No, look, they made a big midseason trade. A lot of things happened some of the year prior, his rookie year. There's a lot that goes into that. But, that's a recent example of a young player playing on a team. Now, they were a little more win now than where the Warriors are at. It's just I see that and
See, I go back to another scenario where they were able to develop an undrafted guy in what ended up being a lost season, but heading into the season, they had a lot of expectations because they brought in Russell Westbrook. But the guy that ended up emerging that season was who? Austin Reeves. He was an undrafted guy. He actually chose to go to the Lakers. When you're undrafted, I guess you can choose whatever team you want to sign with, whatever. And it ended up being a huge positive. It's wow, who the hell is this kid? He can shoot. He can handle the ball. Can be a point guard. That, I look at that as an example of LeBron making it work with a young guy.
He could do what? Shoot and handle the ball. Yeah. Again, I keep going back to on this team, if you've already got Draymond,
that was an undrafted player, though. That was a rookie, undrafted player in Austin Reeves.
I know, but what I'm saying is on this team, all right, and you didn't have, at the time, Luka Doncic, you had Anthony Davis, right? And you had LeBron James. You didn't have a lot of ball handlers. On this team, I think it's really, really difficult for young players without the ball in their hands to gain confidence. A lot of the young players now do not play off ball. The way the Warriors play is a very unique brand of basketball. And if you're going to have Dre with the ball in his hands and LeBron with the ball in his hands, and if it's, when he comes back, Jimmy Butler with the ball in his hands, and at some point, Steph will have the ball in his hands, Pods will have the ball in his hands, you're 6th or 7th on the pecking order at best. At best, as a young player who might be a perimeter ball handler.
650 on the text line. If Steph wants LeBron, let's just do it. Let's be entertained. Once Steph retires, we're just going to be rebuilding anyway. He'll make around $15 million. That's peanuts for LeBron James. So I think that's where a lot of Warriors fans are at this morning. It's hey, If we don't have to give up any assets, have to trade them and take on an exorbitant amount of salary, like a Giannis, like a Kawhi.
Well, if you don't bring back Kristaps and you move off Draymond, you could make that argument.
Sure.
But if you or bringing in LeBron and then the domino effect of Draymond being back, Kristaps being back, actually no, you're committing to more money and you're right up against it in the financial salary cap situation again. You're at the apron again. That's where you're at.
Here's Eric Pincus, who obviously had the article explaining how and if the Warriors could pull off bringing in LeBron James, and LeBron James is a free agent, the mid-level exception. Tim Kawakami, SF Standard, also had a piece on it. But this is Eric Pincus on yesterday, Willard Dibs, on if it matters to win at the highest level with LeBron coming to Golden State.
Will it win I don't think it matters. I mean, obviously the Warriors want to win. The fans want them to win. Whether it wins at the highest level, I don't know if that 100% matters, other than does it have a chance to? Absolutely. And would it be, a once in a lifetime or maybe 1 or 2 years worth of just seeing what you can get out of that, especially once Jimmy's healthy and you have, if you can get Porzingis in that mix, which, it's maybe 8, 9, 10 million, depends on, a few other questions. Maybe Horford sticks, it's just an whole team. This is a 2-year journey or 1 or 2 year journey of just seeing what you can do. But man, that if everyone's healthy at the right time, that could be a lot of fun.
How many times have we heard that last part? If everybody's healthy at the right time,
the front part
look out.
The front part was the part that I rolled my eyes at. Doesn't matter if they're trying to win or not. And I'm like, what are we, a minor league baseball team? We're just doing we're doing stuff to just entertain the fans.
Well,
that's what the Harlem Globetrotters exist for. That's what Savannah Bananas are.
I think the Warrior fans are smart enough to realize there's no easy way out of it. Like, there's no one move this summer that's going to vault them into the Thunder, Spurs, hell, even the Nuggets and Timberwolves category. Like, there's no one move this summer that's going to do that. So I think a lot of Warriors fans are saying, you know what? There's not one move we could do. LeBron wants to come here as a free agent. It's fine. All right, let's drop the number 11th overall pick. Let's just see what happens. Let's play it out. Maybe they could luck into a first-round series and have a favorable matchup like the Lakers did with the Rockets.
Joe, I will always be, as a professional sports fan, not like, I'm always going to lean in the side of team building. When I'm talking about, if you're asking me pure entertainment, team building, team building, right?
Sure.
Part of my issue with the platooning, and yes, entertainment is a factor of it, but part of my issue is you're not team building. You're plugging with 33-year-old Darren Ruff and 32-year-old Lamont Wade Jr. who have been on 5 and 6 different teams, right?
That felt like an extreme example of Farhan, though, right?
Yeah. No question. Had it been platoon player prospect, 22-year-old, second baseman, I would have been much more open to it, right? But I'm always going to side 9 times out of 10 in the team building aspect. I love the team building. One thing that terrifies me with the 49ers this year is I don't see a lot of young star potential players. And it's, as a team builder, it makes it very difficult to build a real winner for multiple years if you're relying on a lot of old guys.
Absolutely.
And it just feels like this Warrior team has done that strategy far too long, and now's the time to start stocking the cupboard with younger players.
I agree that
and then staying committed to playing them.
I'm okay. If they don't bring in LeBron, it's not the end of the world. I would love for them to go out like we just talked about a couple days ago. Some of the guys that they're going to be cap casualties with Oklahoma City. Guys like that, guys that can't crack that rotation. They're still really good.
Take those.
That are 25, 26 or younger. But go get those guys.
But if you're swinging trades for those while you have LeBron and Kristaps.
No, I'm saying if you can't get LeBron, obviously.
No, but I think they might still explore that. But that's less minutes now for an 11th overall pick, potentially.
But I'm okay with that aspect for the 11th overall pick if I'm getting other young guys that can be pieces for this team going forward, like an Aaron Wiggins or an Isaiah Joe. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with, the Gary Paytons of the world, who I really like, who was really good last year.
But they might need a perimeter defender, and you look out on you say sure, but that's another guy who Kerr's going to look down the bench and go, yeah, GP2 sub in.
But Kerr's also, in the past, he realizes, hey, if Gary needs to sit for some times, and if he just needs to be a matchup-based guy for a specific team, he'll do that.
He had the second most games played this year.
Again, if that happens again next year and they bring him back, that signals to me something went wrong injury-wise, and they're not going to be a good team.
They have to see, and I guess this is where I am. Like, they have to account now. It needs to be in their head. Something will go wrong. That's how I would build my team.
I agree with you. Unfortunately, we heard from Mike Dunleavy at the season-ending presser, Joe. What did he say? It's just, I have zero problems with the roster, even though they got hurt. Yeah, he's like, that's just unfortunate.
I don't think that was I think that was just talk. I don't think he believes that.
Well, no, he doesn't.
He can't. But if he does, then he's not fit for the job.
408 says, Spadoni, wear your helmet. Let's not be greedy. 4 chips. Time to rebuild now.
I was yelling at you guys before the show. It's like Steph had a more incredible career than Larry Bird.
I know. Don't tell that to Steiny. He won't like that.
No, but he had more team success than Larry Bird. We didn't shortchange Steph Curry. It's okay.
I like this angle from the 415, which kind of gets at what you were saying this morning. A lot of other Warriors fans. I don't want LeBron. I enjoy disliking the player.
Yes.
I don't want to root for the guy. If they get him, I don't have a choice but to pull for him.
In every other team this year, this is why the Spurs.
I kind of respect saying I enjoy just disliking the player and I don't want to root for him.
Didn't that make the OKC San Antonio matchup kind of great? Because they kind of hate each other.
But Chet and Wemby, that goes back. Yeah, they don't like each other.
I love arch rivals. You know why I love Aaron Donald? Because I hate him. And I love that he hates us. I want him to come out of retirement so that when we beat him, it feels that much sweeter.
Yes, but how about I spin it this way? You bring in LeBron. Now when you play the Lakers again, we got to win this for LeBron especially. And you get to beat the Lakers, right?
Joe,
that rivalry gets even bigger.
No.
Yeah.
I hate myself for a lot of things, but in particular for pretending to root for CP3. I hate myself for that. I hate myself for that.
No, what was your theme?
No, I'm actually going to level with you on that one, Joe.
I hate myself for that.
No, Joe, what was your theme that year? The quest for Chris? Is that what it was?
It's the most ridiculous thing.
One of the most difficult things I ever had to do as a Warrior fan was talk myself into Chris Paul. I remember there was that one day where we learned the Warriors can actually get off his contract a lot sooner. And it was just all that fake love for Chris Paul.
Who was the toughest player you had to root for when he joined your team? 888-957-9570.
The 3 E's. This is the exploration of the Expendables to just be entertaining.
Triple E rated.
That's basically the slogan that you're going for this year. Just explore entertainment.
Win now, but also win for the future. That's how I'm doing it. That's how Mike Dunleavy's going to sell it. When he brings in LeBron, he drafts my guy out of Michigan, 11 overall. He's going to insert him. It's going to be LeBron. It's going to be Steph. They're going to stay healthy. We got Jimmy Butler coming back. We got Miami mentality Jimmy coming back because he's going to be pissed off and angry. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, and Draymond, he's going to buy into his role off the bench. Don't you worry. And when Draymond has those reduced minutes, he's going to be fresh come playoff time, and he's going to go up against the likes of Victor Wembanyama and show him what's what. Come on.
What? I've turned into Steiny. I swear to God, I feel like I'm working with Guru.
Oh, stop.
No,
come on.
A Thundercat.
It's just.
My hair's not as good as Goo's, and I also can't pull off highlighter yellow shirts.
What future if you have no young players?
Dude, you're drafting one this year. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And when is he developing?
This year.
Oh, okay.
Because you just told me all the guys are going to get hurt. So he has to play.
Oh.
It's going to develop.
You did say that, Shasta.
Win now and win for the future.
Thank you, Carter. Win now and for the future.
Okay. Am I working with Bonte? Who am I working with?
925. Can we create a Space Cowboys movie poster with Steph, Dre, Bron, and Horford for next season? Someone's really upset. Joe and Joe, 408. You're the only ones talking about LeBron to the Warriors. Most analysts are saying he'll go back to Cleveland.
I don't think he's coming.
Well, if I had to bet money on it, probably not. Because we talked to Anthony Slater, who covers the Warriors, obviously, for ESPN. We love him. He's been on our bus. He said, as soon as the season ended, yeah, I don't see why LeBron would leave the Lakers. And he's very tapped in on all things. And you know who he works tight with? Shams Charania. So it probably tells you all you need to know right there.
Do you guys want more Rich Paul around the Warriors? You're talking about entertainment. No. I muted Rich Paul on my X timeline because I'm so sick of hearing the propaganda he puts out on LeBron. Dude, LeBron's awesome. He's one of the all-time great players. I don't need Rich Paul on every podcast, like, hyping him up. I also don't need Draymond on his podcast hyping up LeBron James.
707. I'd rather lose in the play-in without LeBron than lose in the first round with LeBron.
I'd rather lose the lottery without LeBron than get in the play-in with LeBron.
510. I can't imagine wanting to go younger as a team and then also be okay with Steve Kerr coming back. Steve Kerr can do both. I think this past season at least told me, in the way that Steve Kerr spoke about the season, like, he actually, like, enjoyed coaching a lot of these young guys. Now, did he enjoy all of his star players getting hurt? Absolutely not. But I do think that gave him a renewed sense of, okay, maybe I do got still a couple more years of this left in me of developing these guys.
You would agree, though, like, given everything we just saw with Kuminga, all right? Now, you could also argue, hey, we'll look at Pods. I'll listen to that. But Moody and Kuminga in particular, because they've been so yo-yoed around.
God, I feel the Moody thing, I really thought he was coming into his own, and then that injury really sucks for him, man. That one hurt.
But, like, when you double down on all the old guys, like, it just makes it really complicated to carve out defined roles for young players every night. Not saying that, like, because that's what everyone always says, well, when they miss all these games, then they get to play. Well, what about the games where they don't miss? The important ones. Like, what about those ones? That guy just doesn't get to get a taste of that? Like, Dylan Harper needed all of those moments during the regular season to be prepared for the playoffs. And then he's building on every single moment. Like, there's all these small little coming-of-age moments that you have to have where you get blown by, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a Tuesday night so that you can build up that repertoire. The more and more we watch sports, the more and more I realize every single live bullet rep in a game matters for these young guys. Now more than ever, because there's so little practice time at the professional level because it's bargained out by the CBAs.
Whoever the number 11th overall pick is this upcoming season, even if LeBron comes or doesn't, I think it's going to play a lot, because that's been the message from Steve Kerr, from Steph Curry, from Mike Dunleavy, getting younger, bigger, faster, stronger. Shout out Dalton.
So it's the fourth quarter. It's the fourth quarter of first week of basketball.
Okay, you're playing the Thunder.
All right, you're playing Thunder. And kid commits a couple of bad defensive possessions. Not fouls, just bad possessions. Okay. You think they're sticking with him?
You know what's going to happen?
We're trying to win this game.
LeBron's going to get in his ear, put his arm around him, and say, hey, man, this is what you got to do. You got to know you, hey,
because they worked with Mario Chalmers. They got along.
That was a different version of LeBron. LeBron's, he's gotten older. He's a wise sage now. He's bought into his role, Joe. Yeah. That was different. That's when he was.
That's why Dalton Connect played 9 minutes a game this year.
Dalton Connect stinks. I'm sorry. He's just not good. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm using him as an example.
Jake LaRavia was better than him in the regular season. That's why they brought him in. So that was a JJ Redick thing. Again, this notion that LeBron's also a coach killer these days, I don't buy. I think he's resigned to the fact of where he is in the standing in the league and says, I'm good with being the 2 or the 3.
That happened after the Luka trade.
Yes. Yeah. But I think that was important in all this. No? I think Luka forced LeBron to look in the mirror and say, oh, damn. Well, I think for the first time ever, I'm not the franchise guy. And I do think that was a big realization for him. The fact that he's even considering potentially the Warriors, I think has a lot to do with the Luka thing. I do.
I think it has more to do with him trying to leverage the Lakers and see, I got some options.